Chapter 3, Journey of Travel. If traveling was free, you'd never see me again. Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, California, Colorado, DC, Florida, Georgia, Hawaii, Kansas, Illinois, Louisiana, Maryland, Massachusetts, Minnesota, Missouri, New York, Nevada, North Carolina, North Dakota, Oklahoma, Pennsylvania, South Carolina, South Dakota, Tennessee, Texas, Bahamas, Canada, Dominican Republic, England, France, Grand Cayman, Jamaica, Mexico, Puerto Rico, South Korea, St. Martin, St. Thomas, just a few of the places that I've been fortunate enough to see. My first plane ride was so invigorating. It was during my junior year of high school. My great friend Andrea and I took a spring break trip to Florida. I saved for this trip and paid for it on my own. We stayed with her aunt, spent time on the beach, and enjoyed the beautiful sunshine. I learned my biggest lesson on the use of sunscreen. It only works if you actually apply it. One day we decided to sunbathe. I applied sunscreen everywhere except my face and paid dearly for it. My face was extremely sunburnt and it felt to be twice the size that it was. I will never do that again. So that was the trip that gave me my first taste of traveling. In December of 2014, on the way home from Phoenix, I set a goal and the intention to travel 12 times in the upcoming year. And at the time, I felt it was a mega goal and it would be amazing if it actually happened. Reflecting on 2015, I actually traveled 18 times. It was absolutely incredible and gave me a new perspective. We often have dreams and goals, yet we are not sure how we will attain them. I'm a firm believer that if you put in enough energy and intention into something, it will manifest. Often I traveled for business, but would take an extra day or two to explore and take in the experience. If I wasn't able to take extra days, then I would arrive as early as possible and be dressed to explore. I'm grateful for all the traveling I have been able to do and will be able to do in my lifetime. Often people don't leave their state or even their country. I think it's important to travel to experience other cultures, foods, and picturesque world that has been created for us. It is great to see the wonder that we have in our lives. From mountains to beaches to forest to countryside, it's all beautiful. And often I think people get too busy to stop and smell the roses. Traveling creates memories for all. And over the years, it's the trips that I have taken that I remember most. Recently on the radio, there was a survey that asked retirees what they wish they would have done. They responded with travel earlier and more often. Hands down, the best advice. I have always been an advocate for travel, for women having their own just in case account. Years ago when I was single, I remember starting a savings account through automatic transfers so that it would be easier for me to save. I am a spender by nature, so I knew if I had to remember to transfer money, it would never happen. Now that we are married, I have continued that account and we use it for travel. It's nice to take a vacation and already have spending money for food and things to do while on the trip. Over the years, I've learned a few money saving tips while traveling. We stay in condos or timeshares with a full kitchen. We can buy groceries to cut down on eating out. Typically, we are only eating out one meal per day. We are foodies, so we like to try new restaurants and foods. We also do our shopping at the liquor store, so we aren't buying expensive drinks all week long. We're in the technology age of phone apps like Groupon that have deals on restaurants and things to do. So before traveling to our destination, we change our location on Groupon to get a feel for what there is to do and get deals. I'm a planner girl, so typically I research the destination ahead of time on TripAdvisor, other websites to get the list of activities, sites to see, restaurants to try, etc. I even create a one-page document listing our flight info, lodging info, and other important details of the trip. Researching the weather is important as well because it can help with packing. I am by nature a 50-pound suitcase traveler, but when needed, I can pare it down. I created a simple list of items to pack that I saved in Microsoft Word. Each trip I can easily print so I am not packing the unnecessary and forgetting the necessary. As I think about my travels, and a few stories stand out, and a couple make me laugh just thinking about them. Let's start with Europe. I traveled to London to visit a friend studying abroad. She was studying in a dorm room, so I brought a twin inflatable mattress, an air pump, an outlet converter. The first night I began using the air pump to inflate the mattress, and immediately converter stopped working. So I began the difficult task of blowing up the air mattress with my mouth. It was difficult and seemed like centuries at that point. While my friend was in class, I took a day trip to Paris. Being the planner girl, I printed off common phrases and French with their translation in English so that I would be well equipped. Side note, this is before technology like smartphones. From the train station, I took the subway, but finding my way out of the subway was the big challenge. I didn't put exit on my list of common phrases, and the signs didn't have English. It took me a while to figure it out. I finally got out of the subway and began exploring by walking all around all day. I headed to the Louvre and the Eiffel Tower and enjoying a great day of exploring. I needed to ride the subway back to this train station, but I had a slight problem. I didn't have enough change to get back. So what does an American girl do? I went to the ground level and begged for enough change to get back. I even offered overpaying in my currency in exchange. Luckily, I was able to get enough change for the subway fare. So I headed back to the Shannon Tunnel station. On to the next amusing story while visiting the same friend, but this time in New York. I was on a strict budget and at this point decided to take public transportation. Being a Midwest girl in the Big Apple, I wasn't sure what to expect. So I packed a 50-pound suitcase with wheels. When packing, I was confident that I would be fine to pull the suitcase a few blocks to her office. What I forgot to consider was the bus I would have to take at the airport, to the subway, and the parking pole that I would have to lift my suitcase over just to get off the bus. I also forgot about the possibility that there are lots of stairs down to the subway. Luckily, two nice gentlemen came to my rescue and helped me in both situations. The rest of the afternoon, all was fine, and our way to her apartment, we found the elevators to the subways. In the evening, we headed to her apartment, which I failed to realize was up a very large, steep staircase. Yet another adventure. One of my favorite places to visit by far is Isla Mujeres, Mexico. It is my kind of place. You can explore the land by renting golf carts. The white sand beach with a sandbar allows you to walk out and stay in waist-high water while enjoying your favorite drink. As an avid beach traveler, I even bring my own raft so I can get an even tan. It's a destination that most visitors to Cancun only stop on the island for the day, but we like to stay there for an entire week. It is laid back and gives you the relaxation that you desire. As a golf couple, we enjoy playing golf when we are on vacation. During our honeymoon, we played at the Princeville Mackay golf course in Kauai, the most breathtaking views alongside the ocean. In the Dominican Republic, we played 2 days in a row with the couple, met at the resort, and had a great time. We play on most of the vacations that we take. It'll be exciting to continue this tradition as our family grows. An item that was on my bucket list was swimming with the dolphins. Now that was a fun experience. As a teenager and young adult, my ultimate dream was to play sand volleyball professionally. On one of my most recent trips to Laguna Beach, I joined a group of people playing beach volleyball. I play in a weekly league in Missouri, but this was a special experience for me because it's not every day that I am playing alongside the ocean. Wow, talk about examples of wonder. My friend Leah studied abroad in South Korea, and during my visit with her, I had a very interesting experience with feeling like a celebrity. Children would come up to me, touch me, and say hello, as if I were the first tall, blonde-haired, green-eyed American girl they'd ever seen. Her mom and I had a little boy that followed us around an entire museum because he was so intrigued. It was very flattering. There was one point we took an elevator at the hostel we were staying at. The elevator was packed, but it was being held for us. Once I stepped in the elevator, the overweight alarm went off. So I quickly stepped out, and we waited for the next one to come. It was rather comical. Each traveling experience has given me insight into the wonder that exists in our world.